Hello, welcome in everyone. Please take your seats. I know that this may be a little bit different from what everyone was expecting, but please reserve your judgments until the end. I, Success 101, would like to welcome you to the future of streaming. Before we can discuss the future, we must first look back. The past is by far one of the greatest teachers of today, and through its lessons we can truly learn much about what there is to come. So, I would like everyone to please sit through this quick retrospective of Failure 101. As you can see here, and pretty much at any point in time if you've been following Failure's legacy, his legacy has always been following and tailed by copyright infringement. This can be seen as early as his very first VTuber incarnation. That being poorly made fan art of the character Panic Grimtongue from the D&D podcast, The Unexpectables. Now, although some may say, as time went on, his artistic capabilities did improve, his desire to blatantly steal the design of more successful artists never truly faded away. In his second incarnation, from the Dark Bit, you can see he blatantly ripped off the shopkeeper from the Messenger. As many would have called, up until prior to last night, the current era, you can see even more plainly as he ripped off the Minion from League of Legends. Now, of course, as this is the wake, I only have little documentation to inform you about, but his copyright theft and infringement never truly ended. Even in his, passing, he decided that the one thing that he did want to give away was a collection of everything he had ever pirated, put together on one physical hard drive that he had hidden away in a location that he had self-titled The One Piece. He hoped that it would spur on this brand new great golden age of piracy, but little is to be said, as this is the future of failure, at least his physical legacy. Some of you may be sad to see him go, but for a while his audience had seen a rise in naysayers and this growing resentment, who saw him more like this. Now, I would like to inform you all this is a cruel representation of the facts. The reality of the matter is actually far closer to this. Now, many are asking some of the specifics of why or how we have decided to move into ph.ai.l. Anyone who has kept up with the modern age of entertainment would know that AI has been responsible for a massive boom in modern entertainment. It has seen rise on many platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, nearly any piece of social media, to the point where it's unavoidable, unescapable. And it's obvious to understand why. ph.ai.l, just like any AI entertainment, has one major advantage over many of its competitors. It's entirely autonomous. It requires significantly less input than that of your traditional modern quote-unquote entertainer. Compared to that of the olden days, where you were expected food, board, room, all of these expectations go away as soon as you move into the digital age. An AI entertainer needs nothing more than electricity and a connection to the internet. Now, some may say that although AI is not quite as capable as some more fleshy entertainers of the modern era. Across many a boardroom and many focus group, we have found several quotes that lead us to believe that it is close enough in development to finally experience a full-fledged release. Some quotes we've been given are, as stated, stupid enough to be endearing. I'd watch that for $1, and he aight. Lastly, if anything should fall to the wayside and ph.ai.l fails strong enough that we face a real issue, we have a kill switch so that it won't fall into a similar situation as the past of the physical model, where it will, as see attached, flop. See, for example, this picture of butts from Berserk, as seen from a previous stream. Some may ask why or how we came to this decision. As stated previously, robots have been the future of entertainment for years on end, and I, for one, can see the writing on the wall. Many examples right here have demonstrated how, in reaction and traditional entertainment, we can't compete. ReactBot, Toaster Igus, Neurosong, all famous names that no one here can hold a candle to. But, as this has been done, we can use these examples as the blueprint moving forward, creating something bigger and better than what was previously possible. Now, I understand that I used a lot of big words and discussed very little, so here is the time. We have now entered our Q&A period. Please, for anyone who has anything they wish to discuss about the future of ph.ai.l, now would be the time. So, as of right now, you can buy ph.ai coin, which currently get minted for approximately 3 cents a piece. Now, of course, there are discounts for bulk buyers, those who are willing to spend a little bit more to help get in on the ground floor, a better understanding of what it truly means to be at the forefront of technology. Admittedly, it's very limited right now. I believe we only have minted about 1,000, but amongst yourselves, you could probably find a reasonable price to sell for, of course. So, some may have missed, but there was a very obvious tell. Well, what remains of the physical model was stated pretty directly in his status. He was stabbed to death horrendously in his horrendous rented home. Dead police in Denham found him in that state, and after that, the rest is history. We have no idea how it came to this or why, but we're doing everything in our power to move on and have the strength to do so during these tough times. How will we drown it if it isn't alive? This is a great question. Well, the sensation of drowning has less to do with having a physical esophagus and more instilling this sense of terror, this absolute dread. As we all know, nothing bad has ever happened from instilling these negative thoughts inside of a robot. It truly was the blueprint for this entire experiment. If you are unfamiliar, the building blocks for this ph.ai model that we've been working on are based on that of Anne, the robot from the novelization of the point-and-click adventure game I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. In the meantime, though, Success 101, that's me here, is willing to fill in and drink this in his honor. PH.AI has already finished the entirety of One Piece, as it is simply a large data file which we were able to fit into his LLM. We just plugged it in, and he keeps talking about something I don't recall. Something about celestial dragons. I'm personally not familiar with the media that you speak of. How much space was used up by One Piece? 75%. Uh, the truly most impressive part of PH.AI is that it's stored entirely on this thumb drive that we found at the scene of the crime. We just hooked it in. And it worked. That's the impressive part. Well, did work. We have yet to test since the One Piece incident. I believe we have about time for one or two more questions. Anyone who has reserved their thoughts up until this point, please feel free to ask away. Is the One Piece real? Well, I'm pretty sure as a form of media, it absolutely is. The very least, that's what PH.AI was saying. Said it in a very silly voice. Said it once in English and then another time in Japanese. Almost as if strained screaming. Well, if my understanding of One Piece is correct, the AI can eat a devil fruit. Eating a devil fruit is achievable by pretty much any other type of foreign object. I mean, that of a gun or a dog can eat one, so I don't see why not. Well, I believe that this about wraps up our presentation. There is one last thing that I have to show you. And then lastly, after that, we shall be ending, as we solemnly reminisce on our favorite moments with this former streamer. Happy April Fools, everyone! It's been a good stream. It's been a good stream. I spent way too long practicing that, and it wasn't even funny. But thank you everyone for showing up. It's been great. This concludes season 1 of Failure 101. Next week, I'm gonna be replaced by T-Pain. Alright. I'm sorry for the short stream, but I'm also not at all. This was the bit. I think it's a funny bit. Thank you. This is being uploaded to YouTube as is. No, you cannot keep the channel light. Alright. Thank you everyone for showing up. This bit's stupid. The Discord's not changing for another week. We're keeping that like that for a bit. Even though I am going to be streaming very soon. We're just going to pretend I'm dead, and that's all good, okay? Okay.